Have you ever wondered why some people choose to live their life encompassed by one that is completely make-believe, filled with superheroes and people with magical powers? This documentary attempts to unravel the mystery of the comic book nerd, how these people fell into the worlds that they have done, and why they want them to take up the amount of space and thought that they do. So how did you get into comics?
Ooh, I gotta say that's through my dad, basically, because since I was growing up, I was never able to read books. It's too many words, it never made sense. But my dad always bought me graphic novels in some sense, so like Power Rangers or TV episodes I used to watch when I was growing up.
So when I was 9, I watched a Ghibli film, and I was like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever. And then I got really into manga and anime. And then from that point, I came into here when I was 12, 13, and I was like, what the shit is all this?
I mean, obviously, because primary school you had the World Book Days and things, so I think it would have started then, the whole love for pop culture and stuff, but I'd probably say primary school was the time I started reading comics.
On average, over £190 million is spent monthly in the top 300 comic book stores, with 40% of the income being spent on Marvel comics and 30% being spent on comics from DC.
What kind of stuff do you look for in comics?
Oh, anything really. I know everyone has the answer, but there's so many different things to do.
If the story's interesting, I'll read it. The artwork has to be great though. It can't be the old-fashioned type of stuff. It has to be modern and to the point.
It has to be a good balance between the story and the art. I can't stress that enough.
Some people I know is all about the illustrations, and I can understand because it's such an artistic thing, but for me it's the story.
It's got a huge LGBT community, which is awesome, because there's not much support for that in other things. But with comics, it's so welcoming, and if you're not into it, you're sort of alienated.
But then there are some that have such amazing art and story, where it's just it's insane.
A sense of escape, a sense of alternate reality.
I could probably be happy with a comic that has a good story and mediocre illustrations, but I could never be the other way around. Action, plot development, and character. Can I empathise with that character? Can I understand that character?
How do you feel about the whole community that surrounds comic books?
Oh, I love it.
I think they're terrific. I particularly like the cosplayers. They're fabulous.
Really welcoming of anyone, race, sexuality, gender, religion. It doesn't matter.
It's pretty damn inclusive, because DC and Marvel are the big two, and Marvel are really getting to realise that who actually reads their comics. And funnily enough, the bigger percentage of people reading comics is about 20-year-old women.
Normally I'm unable to reach out to people like that, but in the comic book shop everything's just chilled out. It's not stress-free, you don't have to talk to people you don't want to, and everyone knows exactly what you know.
So it's a mutual relationship, friendship based on just the fandom and the fandom alone. That always happens in comic shops. People see you looking at comics or in certain sections, they'll talk to you just oh yeah, try this one, or oh, you like this, and it's I've never had a bad experience with anything.
The whole reason people read comics is for escapism, for a different story. And so everyone gets super excited when something new comes in, and you'll get 2 customers who are oh, I'm not looking forward to it, I don't like these things, and then you get every other customer coming in just yes, give me all of them. It's yeah. So positive completely outweighs the negative.
Each Comic-Con receives over 130,000 people attending in cities all over the world.
What's your general experiences of comic book conventions?
Once you go to one, you can't stop yourself. You just keep going and going. They're completely addictive. First, you feel surrounded by people who understand you, and whilst in the outside world, most people don't.
My first time I went was by far the best time I've ever been, because it was a birthday present for me, and it was during GCSEs. Everything was stressful, and this is a whole 12-hour day free kind of thing.
You see people from all ages getting along, so all the kind of age barriers fall, and the gender barriers, and the cultural, ethnic, religious barriers, and you're all kind of a big group of people who can appreciate all these wonderful creative people who think outside the box.
I think it's become really popular because people have become more accepting of the geek culture. I don't think people look at geeks the way they used to.
You feel like you belong. Perhaps for the first time, particularly for young people, I can see that there's a sense of belonging there. Yeah, last time we went as Harry Potter, and people stopped to take pictures with him because he does have a Harry Potter look. And he buys lots of comics, he has money that he saved, and he buys lots of comics and those kind of bespoke Lego minifigures, which are awesome, I have to say. And he's got friends now, you know, we go to it and people recognise him behind stands.
But my experience of them is nothing short of heaven on earth.
I feel the key for cosplaying, it has to be a character you like, a character you relate to. Just, if it's a character from something you completely have no idea about, then you're missing the point.
I see a character I like, if I'm in the same costume, I'll be like, holy shit, that's awesome. I'll go get a picture with them. I'm just like, I love seeing people in costume. And I was just like, yeah, this is what it's about. But you do occasionally get people being really pervy. When you ignore all that, it's brilliant. But you meet so many like-minded people. I've made so many friends over the years that I've still got today.
No matter how one gets into comic books, it seems the only way to do it is to delve headfirst into the whole world that revolves around it. Whether you're a geek or not, the community will welcome people from any walks of life that share the same love for art and escapism as they do. And so rather than taking a step into the extraordinary world of comic book culture, I advise taking a leap.